Hello and welcome to the video. So in the last lecture we learned about Cartesian product. Okay, and उससे पहले हमने पढ़ा था order pairs. Okay, so we learn about Cartesian product and order pairs. Now we have to use them. Okay, so for that we introduce a new concept called relation. Okay, now we understand relation as a marriage or belonging, that something belongs to me, so I relate to them. Okay, but here is a broad idea. I can relate anything like phone and charger. Okay, these are related to each other. Similarly, I can define relation in anything. Okay, so why not define relation between elements of sets. Okay, so जैसे हमारे पास एक सेट है A 1 2 and 3 and B like 2 3 and 4. So I have मैं बोलूंगा कि X element of A is related to Y element of B if X plus 1 equal to Y. Okay, so if X plus 1 equal to Y, then X and Y are related to each other. So I can see here that 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So here you can see that 1 belongs to the X A and 2 belongs to the B. Okay, so 1 is related to the 2. Similarly, 2 is related to 3 and 3 is related to 4. Now, one element can relate to more than one element, but here it is not the condition. Okay, here only one element related to one element. Okay, as you can see, but one element can relate m- to more than one element. Okay, so but how can I write this thing, and this thing as a set? Okay, because I have I take elements from set, so there is a relation I define. Okay, this is the relation, but I have to put them in a set. Okay, if I don't put them in a set, then they don't make sense. Okay, so I have to put them in a set. So for that I will use order pairs. Okay, so I'll write like this: 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, and 3 comma 4, and I make a set R with these elements. What is the meaning of this? That 1 is related to 2. Similarly for this, 2 is related to 3, and for this 3 is related to 4. Okay, so for a relation, this is the relation that I just wrote. For this relation I make a set, and this set you can see is subset of A cross B. This is the Cartesian product of A and B. For more you can see the previous video. Okay, so now you can think that from a relation I can define a set. Okay, now can I define a relation from a set? I can, but I don't know the relation. What is the relation? But I can define as a relation. Like from this set, I don't know the above relation. What is the relation? But I know that this is the given set. Okay, which contains order pair. Okay, so I want to define a relation. So how can I define a relation? That one is related to Similarly, 2 is related to 3 and 3 is related to 4. But I don't know what is the relation. बस मेरे को ये पता है कि एक 2 से रिलेटेड है, 2 3 से रिलेटेड है, 3 4 से रिलेटेड है. But I don't know the relation. What is the relation? Okay. So I can define a relation from a set which contains order pair. Okay. Now, most important thing, that if x is related to y, that doesn't mean y is related to x. Can anybody give an example? So we'll look at an example that x is a husband of y. This is the relation I defined. Okay. X will be related to y if x is a husband of y. Okay. So here you can see that x is related to y. Okay. Let x is related to y. That means x is husband of y. Okay. But y is not related to s. Why? Because this will be a wife. And how can a wife be a husband? Okay. So y is not related to x, because for y is related to x, that means y should be husband of x. But that is not possible because y is a wife. Okay. Um, Now we'll look at the notation, because we don't want to write like x is related to y all that time. Okay. I don't want to write this. So what is the notation of this? That x is related to y. Okay. And we just understand that this doesn't mean y is related to x. Okay. That doesn't mean y is related to x. Okay. These two are different things. Now we will look at some examples. Okay. So I'll take a set x, let x be a set. Okay. And I want to define relation x related to y if x is equal to y. Okay. And x is belongs to x and y is also belongs to x. Okay. So you can see here that R will be subset of x cross x. I have to write carefully x cross x. Okay. Why? Because we just know that R will be a subset of A cross B. Okay. If we define a relation from A to B. So here now I am defining relation from x to x. I am relating elements of x to the elements of x. Or what is the definition of a relation? That if x equal to y. Okay. So R will be the subset of x cross x. Okay. And what elements should R belongs to? R will be equal to x comma x, so that x belongs to x. Why is that? Because only x will be x equal to x and not any other elements. Okay. एक एग्जांपल मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ इसके लिए. This is the generalized form and I'll write an example here. So R here will be 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2 and 3 comma 3 for this relation. Okay. Now we'll see some more examples. Let x be a set and power set of x. Okay, now I want to define relation between elements of x and elements of power set. पावर सेट के एलिमेंट्स कैसे होंगे? सबसेट ऑफ x. Okay, so I'll just name it a. Okay, so x related to a if x belongs to a. Okay, now here R will be subset of x cross p of x. Okay, and what type of elements will belong to R? X comma a, such that x belongs to x a and x belongs to x and a belongs to p of x. Okay, these type of elements should belong to R. Okay, let take an example. X equal to 1 comma 2. What is the power set of x? It will be 5 1 2 and 1 2. Okay, now what R will be? Okay, now we'll look 1 for 1. 1 किस किस में belong करता है? ठीक है, so here you can see 1 belongs to this and 1 belongs to this. So two sets are there which contain 1. Okay, so 1 will be related to singleton 1 and 1 also will related to 1 comma 2. So here you can see that one element is related to more than one elements. Okay, now we will look for 2. So here you can see that 2 belongs to this set and this set. Okay, so 2 will be related to 2 and 2 will be related to 1 comma 2. And you can see that if 1 comma if 1 is related to the singleton 1, then singleton 1 is not related to the 1. Okay, these two are different things. Now I'll define domain of R and range of R. I'll denote domain as a domain of R and range as range of R. Okay, so डोमेन ऑफ आर में कौन से एलिमेंट्स एग्जिस्ट करेंगे? वो एलिमेंट्स x such that for some y x comma y belongs to R. ओके, एंड रेंज में कौन से एलिमेंट्स आएंगे? वो एलिमेंट्स such that for some x comma y belongs to R. ओके, सो अच्छा, तो एक एग्जांपल देखते हैं, हम ऊपर वाले एग्जांपल में देखते हैं. ठीक है, इस एग्जांपल में देखते हैं. हियर व्हाट इज द डोमेन ऑफ आर. ठीक है, हमको डोमेन देखना है आर का. सो हमको वो एक्स इकट्ठे कर रहे हैं जो किसी y के लिए x, y r के अंदर आ रहा हो. ठीक है, हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि y क्या है यहाँ पे p ऑफ x. ओके, तो किसी भी p ऑफ x के एलिमेंट के लिए कोई x का एलिमेंट इस टाइप से आ रहा है तो वो डोमेन में चला जाएगा. अब यहाँ पे देखिए कि 1 सिंगलटन 1 px का एलिमेंट है, इसके साथ 1 आ रहा है जो कि x का एलिमेंट है. ठीक है, तो 1 डोमेन के अंदर आ गया. ओके, एंड हियर यू कैन सी दैट कि सिंगलटन 2 के साथ 2 आ रहा है तो ये भी डोमेन के अंदर आ गया. ठीक है, सो फॉर द अबव एग्जांपल domain of R equal to 1 comma 2 and what will be the range of R. Okay, listen कि हमको वो y ढूंढ रहे हैं जो x और y R में बिलोंग कर रहा हो. ठीक है, so here you can see that 1 comma 1 belongs to R, So this will belong to the range, and this will also belong to the range. Okay, so here you can see singleton 1, 1 comma 2, and 2 also belong to the range. But you can see that y contains one more element, 5, which doesn't belong to the range. Okay, so there is no confirmation that all the elements of the set px should belongs to the range. Okay, and for domain also. Okay, now we know that relation is subset of x cross y. Okay, ये हम जानते हैं. But now I'll just put x equal to y. Okay, so relation will be subset of x cross x. ठीक है, this is called relation is in x. Okay, this is called relation in x. Now we'll look type of relation in x. Okay, अब यहाँ पे जो r है वो सबसेट है x क्रॉस x का, याद रखना. ठीक है, सो फर्स्ट इज रिफ्लेक्सिव. Okay, what is reflexive relation? That x comma x should belongs to r for all x belongs to x. Okay, एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं. एग्जाम्पल x है तुम्हारे पास 1, 2 एंड 3. ठीक है, और r1 है आपके पास 1,1, 2,2, 3,3, 1,2, 3,1. Okay, so this is the relation r1. Okay, now you can confirm that the x comma x is there or not in r1 for all x. Okay, so what is the x's are here? 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so 1 comma 1 should be in r1, 2 comma 2 should be in r1, and 3 comma 3 should be in r1. Okay, so both three are there, so this relation is reflexive. Okay, now let r2 for the same 1 comma 1, 2 comma 3, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 2. Is this a reflexive relation? Not reflexive. Why? Because 3 comma 3 doesn't belongs to r2. That's why it is not a reflexive relation. Okay, so this is not a reflexive relation. The second one is symmetric. If x comma y in r imply y comma x should be in r, or we can write in a different way: x is related to y if then y should related to x. Okay, now we saw an example that x is related to y if x is husband of y, and there we prove that y is not related to x. Okay, we proved there, so this is not a reflexive. Oh, sorry, so this is not symmetric. वाई? बिकॉज एक्स तो रिलेटेड है वाई से, लेकिन वाई रिलेटेड नहीं है एक्स से। और हमको यही प्रूफ, यही देखना होता है कि यदि एक्स रिलेटेड है वाई से, तो वाई भी रिलेटेड होना चाहिए एक्स से। नाउ लुक हियर, R1, okay, here you can see that 1 is related to 2, but 2 comma 1 is not in there, so 2 is not related to 1, so this is also not symmetric. Okay, similarly here 2 comma 3 is there, but 3 comma 2 is not there, so this is also not reflexive. But we can define a relation R contain 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 1. This is symmetric. Why? Because 1 comma 2 is there, so 2 comma 1 should be there. 2 comma 1 is also there, so this is symmetric. Okay, now is transitive. If x is related to y and y is related to z, then x should related to z. Okay, we will see an example. Similarly 1 2 3. Okay, so I'll define a relation R 1 comma 2 2 comma 1. Okay, so here you can see that 1 is related to 2. Okay, so x is 1 here and y is 2. Okay, you can see here, if x is related to y, so 1 is related to 2 and y is related to z, so 2 is related to 1. Okay, so x should be related to z, so x is here 1 and z is 1 also, so 1 comma 1 will belong to R if it is transitive. But you can see that 1 comma 1 is not there in R, so this is not transitive. Okay, now let R equal to 1 comma 2. Is this transitive? Yes. Why? Because we have to, for transitive, if x related to y and y related to z. Okay, so x related to y. Okay, so x is 1 and y is 2. Okay, but there is no condition, second condition here, that y is related to z in this relation, because 2 is not related to anything, so we can't proceed here. Okay, so if we can't proceed, so we'll just say this is transitive. Okay, and if relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then relation is called equivalence relation. Okay, this is very important concept. Okay, equivalence relation. Now tell me, I'll write an example R from that set. Okay, 1 2 3. R equal to 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 and 3 comma 3. Is this symmetric or not? Is this transitive or not? Okay, we know that it is reflexive because 1 1 is there, 2 2 is there and 3 3 is there. But is it transitive or symmetric? This is transitive also. You can check. If you find any problem, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.